What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Ren, back with another Blue Lock video.
He's back!
And as you already know, Blue Lock has just announced its official announcement of the Season 2, and it's gonna be hype. Oh boy, as a fellow Blue Lock fan, you know your boy has to make another Blue Lock video for the occasion.
Let's go!
And in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about top 3 life lessons in Blue Lock. The first thing is keep the fire burning until it burns no more. So for instance, Chiguri. So if you haven't watched Blue Lock, here's a story of Chiguri. So Chiguri is a talented high schooler who plays soccer, and his talent is speed and running. But he ran into a ACL injury that damaged his career, and the problem with that leads to self-doubt and fear. And the doctor says to him that, hey, if you break this leg one more time, your soccer career is fucked. That just puts so much fear into him, and please stay with me, there is a point to this. Even when he gets physical therapy, gets treatment, he still has the fear, and that holds him back from trying his best. Until when he came to Blue Lock, he has an idea that, hey, if I lose, I can finally put my soccer career behind me. Because he was so stuck on the fear that it leads him to nowhere. The biggest thing that he feared was losing his identity, because soccer is all he had. Soccer is everything to Chiguri. And if he didn't have soccer, who would he be? That's the scary part. In the match of Team Z versus Team W, and cool, I'm being a bitch, the game was really close, and Chiguri was about to give up, and they were about to lose. And then Isagi passes the ball to Chiguri and is trying to get Chiguri into playing the game. But Chiguri was still in his head. And guess what Isagi says next? Hey, if you ain't gonna play, move out of the way, biatch! Boom! And me watching the episode, I was like, Chiguri, you're not doing shit. And then Chiguri had a mental breakdown on why is he holding himself back? What does he fear? And so then he realizes that in one route, if he plays and does his best again and breaks his leg, his dreams are crushed. But on the other hand, if he doesn't try his best, his dreams is crushed. So what's the difference, right? And then this is where Chiguri gets his awakening. As his eyes light up, he's like, I'm not getting what I want either way, so you know what? Fuck it. If it tears again, so be it. Cause I'm the best striker in the world. And that is when Chiguri sprints for the first time in a while. He sprints. In Isagi, he smells the cone from Chiguri. And Chiguri is running down on the other side. And Isagi passes the ball. And then everybody was like, what? What the hell are you aiming at, dummy? And then Chiguri was like, move it. The joy of running past someone is what soccer is to him. So the lesson from Chiguri is, if you have a passion, or if there's something you want to do, fuck it, do it, until you're no longer interested in doing it no more. So that's the first lesson. Keep the fire burning until it burns no more. The second lesson is frustration leads to growth. For example, so Nagi is fucking lazy. I mean, aren't we all? He's lazy, he doesn't want to put in the work, he wants life to be easy, and he hates putting in the work because it's a hassle. Until he came to Blue Lock. And even when the stakes are high of being disqualified and never playing for Japan, that doesn't scare him. But what changed all of that was a match against Team Z, where they play. Team V is winning, as always, but then they started to lose until this table has turned, where Team Z has an awakening, and Nagi was still chilling. And when Nagi sees Ryo panicking, that's when Nagi awakened and tried for the first time. He's super talented with soccer, and then Nagi started going crazy. He started doing the flips, he started doing the backflips, he started doing the super goals. Nagi was going crazy, and it was up until Isagi came up with a plan and defeated Team V. Nagi lost. For the first time, he experienced frustration. And that frustration leads him to grow. Because in Blue Lock is amazing because it teaches you the value of winning and losing. losing isn't supposed to feel good. And winning feels good when the stakes are high. It's supposed to feel good. And the third life lesson in Blue Lock is defeat is valuable. So this guy Baro, and he's just what I would describe, he's a selfish, arrogant asshole, but he's really good with the ball. He shoots long ranges, he knows how to charge people in, and he has a king complex where he's the king of the game. Everybody should worship him. He feels important and he's the boss because he's talented. But the first time in a while, things get more interesting. As the match against 3-on-3 with Nagi, Baro, and Isagi versus Ryo, Chiguri, and Kunigami. Ryo's team is winning, and they're overpowering Isagi's team. And Baro, as the king that he is, he's selfish. He doesn't want to pass because he has the ego where he wants to win the game with his goal. And that holds the team back from winning the game and progressing and growing. Isagi's trying to reason with Baro, but like every time Baro does his own thing, it doesn't work because everybody knows that Baro is a selfish, arrogant asshole. Baro didn't help the team with his selfishness, and Isagi was trying to reason with Baro and get Baro on the same page, but Baro was like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'd rather die. I'd rather die than let you be the king, because I'm the king. And Isagi was fed up with Baro's shit. Isagi gives up on coordinating with Baro. This is where Blue Lock gets interesting. This is where Isagi devours Baro. So Isagi figures out a way how to utilize Baro in an effective way of how they can win. Isagi uses Baro as a decoy. Everybody thought he was gonna pass it to Nagi, and he did. But then something spicy just came up. Nagi has the ball, and he's looking to pass it to Baro, but everybody was looking up on Baro and Nagi. But what no one realizes is that no one sees Isagi, and Isagi is running behind everyone's vision on the ball. He goes behind Baro, and he gets into a good position where Nagi sees him, and he kicks. And everybody was like, what? What the hell is he kicking at? And then Isagi appears, and he dominates the field, and he devours Baro. He used Baro as a decoy, and now he's the king. He's the shit. And Isagi scores the goal. And then Baro realizes that, oh shit, he just used me. And as the game progresses on, while everybody was strategizing their plan, Baro just took the ball and just started shooting the ball all the way to the court, and it missed. Of course it missed. Baro, you dumbass. And somehow Isagi got the ball back, and then Baro has the ball, and he's almost at his shooting zone, but Chiguri was running past him. Chiguri was catching up to Baro, and for the first time, Baro felt baffled that there's someone else that's faster than him. And then Isagi appears in front of him, and Isagi looks back at Baro, eye contact, and then he says, "Pass me the ball!" And then everything went so quick, and then Baro, he passed the ball. He passed the ball. Baro passed the ball. Holy crap! And then Isagi knocks it off with another goal. And then Baro, for the first time in a while, and then Isagi starts talking to Baro, and he was like, Baro, don't slow us down. Just play the way you are, but don't get in our way. Donkey! Damn! Let's look back on how Baro met Isagi for the first time. Baro told Isagi that he has no talent, and wonders why he's in Blue Lock. He's terrible. But now, oh boy, look how the table has turned, doesn't it? This is the first time that Baro experienced defeat, and Baro got humbled so hard. Hey, in life, you either learn the easy way or the hard way. And for Baro, he learns the hard way. His ego of being the king is crushed. Isagi was leading the team, And as the match goes in, Isagi was like, "Let's go, donkey." And then Baro was about to pass the ball to Isagi, but then something holds Baro back. He couldn't pass it to Isagi. His ego wasn't accepting the fact that Isagi is the main character. He's the king. He's shining too bright for Baro. And then Baro was picturing a hopeless future where if he passed the ball to Isagi, his future is in Isagi's hands. And he didn't want a future where he isn't the king. And so this is where Baro has his awakening. And this is where he goes ham! He started to go into the flow. He started to just be and let his instinct take over. With consecutive chops, he was going wild, Black Flash electrifying the whole entire field. He was going crazy, he was going all around, and nobody could predict where he was going. It was so cool. And this is where Baro devours Isagi and uses Isagi as a decoy. Baro awakens into a new king. And then after they win the game, Baro grabbed Isagi and he was like, "Am I a donkey?" And Isagi was like, "No, I take it back." And you know what? It's fair enough. It's like, hey, we won the game because of your goal. You know what? Yeah, I take it back. We won the game, so no worries. And then afterwards, Baro became more cooperative. But I liked the fact that Baro is consistent with his personality. He's still the king, but if Isagi's the light, then Baro will be the darkness, the villain. As long as Baro is the king, it doesn't matter. Baro will be the king in the darkness. And that is where defeat is valuable, because Baro said himself that he was immature. He was wrong. The way that he played was wrong and inefficient. And he learned from defeat. He said that he'd be a fool if he didn't take value from defeat and change. So that's where it is. And so hopefully you like this video. I hope you like me glazing on Blue Lock, because I really love Blue Lock. Man, it's so good. Season 2 is about to be fire. I cannot wait to see Saichi.
私の名は吉良義景、年齢33歳。自宅は森王町北東部の別荘地帯にあり、結婚はしていない。仕事は亀有チェーン店の会社員で。
Hopefully you like this video. If it's your first time here, definitely won't be your last. Make sure you kill, murder, and smash the subscribe button. And it's your boy, and it's your man, Ren. Out. Peace. Mwah.